You might have been taught just as I was that if something isn't working, that you need to try harder, right? But trying harder is almost never the key to successful outcomes, right? Trying harder is nothing more than putting more energy into something that doesn't have the ability to generate the output or outcomes that you actually desire. If you desire to change what you have in your life right now, any output, a result, or outcome, or payoff, you have to change what you put in. But most people go about it the wrong way. And that's why they typically never hit the levels that they're after monetarily or success in their career. And in this video, man, we're just going to navigate the 4 levels of success within solar sales and what you need to bridge up to the next level. And I want to start off right off the bat, man, by saying, man, our field is different, right? Like just a big note. Our field is one where someone can come in with little to no barrier to entry, no college degree, man, hell, not even a high school degree in most cases, and they have the ability to earn a 6-figure income, a quarter million, half a million, sometimes even $1 million annually in commissions just by being and what we consider level one in our field. So, right off the bat, let's jump into it. Let's talk about level one in solar sales. So, level one, man, is implementation, right? Level one is implementation, it's execution, it is actually doing the thing, which in our case is selling solar. The biggest part about selling solar is finding people to talk to about solar in most of our cases, right? It's prospecting, it's knocking doors, it's making cold calls, it is talking to strangers about setting up a time to talk about solar. That is what takes up majority of our time and energy, right? So, fun fact on some data that I want to provide for you guys, 65% of our time is spent prospecting, right? And the thing about being at level one, and again, great income, we can do great things with level one. That's the beautiful part about America and our opportunities here, that you don't need to jump through the hoops and the politics to get to this field to make that kind of money. You just have to have a great work ethic and then sharpen the blade of your skill set. And literally, the sky is the limit, like literally, right? Well, the thing about level one is your income opportunity is actually capped because it's tied to finite resources like time and energy, meaning time of day, right? Weather, right? Is it too hot to knock? Is it too cold to knock? Is it getting too dark soon? Am I tired? Do my feet hurt? Did I roll my ankle playing, pick up basketball, right? There's all these factors that come into play that essentially cap our ability to make as much money as we possibly can in level one by our own efforts, right? So our income is typically capped by both time and energy, and we're spending 65% of our time in level one prospecting. That's level one. Level one is simply selling. It is doing the thing, selling and prospecting. Level one could also be on the administrative side or the operational side as well. It is just doing the level one task. Now let's take a look at what level two means in solar sales. So level two, man, is really coordination, right? Management, leadership is a better word that I like to call it. It is leading others, right? The transition from direct selling to managing a team of sales reps. The income boost comes from managing people, right? This allows for multiplying your prospecting, multiplying your efforts in outreach, multiplying your closed deals. If I can multiply myself on the doors and multiply myself on the phones and then multiply myself sitting in front of the customers, well, I can prospect more appointments, I can close more deals, I can have more revenues without increasing my input, without increasing my energy and time that I actually put into the thing. No, this is not a pitch to get everybody to try to, run to their managers and try to get promoted or try to go start their own thing. It is simply breaking down the stages and what each stage takes to be successful at it, and also a glimpse behind the curtain of what is happening at each one of these stages, right? So, an example again of level two is a solar sales manager, right? A solar sales manager can oversee effectively anywhere from 5 to 10 reps, multiplying all the things that I talked about before. In this picture that we have here is a photo of me in a Revis meeting, and just using myself as an example of level one. Now, let's take a look at what level three means. Man, level three is all about communication, right? It is using the knowledge gained from previous levels to create resources that you can communicate to a wide audience of people. That could be a ton of people internally if you work at a big company, right? It also could be on the internet or out external audiences so that you can create and sell resources like courses, consulting, training, speaking, etc. Man, the potential earnings from this level significantly surpasses just selling direct. The example that I have here is my man Michael Donald, right? The self-proclaimed number one solar salesperson in the world. Man, this is a guy who's really put the time in. Man, he was selling solar back way back in the 80s, right? Right, original solar days, right? So he's the perfect example of somebody who is honestly still tied in a level one and doing it at a high level. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's kind of skipped level two and is doing level one and level three simultaneously, right? And just to kind of give you an example, like, he hasn't told me this by any means, but I know that the top keynote speakers in the business and sales and marketing world, they can command anywhere from $50 to $100,000 for a 1 hour keynote. We're talking $100,000 for an hour, right? It's different now. You have a person like Mike who can make $1 million a year net selling solar, hand to hand, door to door, foot to foot, whatever, right? But this same person could also turn on a camera like this or get on a stage and get 1,000 people to pay him $1,000 for his digital resource, right? Far less time, far less effort. That's what it means to really be able to operate at a high level, at level three, and then make that type of money. You know who else operates at level three? Actors, singers, preachers is another one. Brent, I'm so big on getting new sales reps wrapped behind the idea that you're not just going through this pitch deck, you're not just going through this script, we're not just sitting in this meeting role playing just to role play. When you get really good at your words and really good at communicating a point to just one other person, and then like really treating it as a sport and getting obsessed with the art of communication, the battle of communication, and how our words can strike someone in a place that they've never been struck before, right? Our words are like lamps for the feet in the darkness, right? They can show a person a path that they've never seen before, never thought about, never felt before. And the people who have a unique ability to do that and to do it well, man, they get paid disproportionately to anybody else on the planet, right? That's why we see, again, whether you like it or not, like some pastors are some of the highest paid speakers in the world. Same with motivational speakers and actors and entertainers and singers and so on. Communication and tonality and all the things that we do in sales that start at level one have the ability for us to do the same thing in a different way and earn millions of dollars, right? So that's what level three is. It's all about communication and using our words to speak to a wide audience, whether that's internally at our company. It could be a big company. You could be speaking to 1,000 sales reps, or you could be speaking to a room of your own sales reps of 50 guys like me, and anywhere in between. Or you could flip on this camera and talk to the world globally, right? In a space like YouTube, and offer those solutions and products and services. And if done in the right way, man, they can yield high returns for short engagements. Next, let's talk about level four. Level four, man, level four is all about imagination. It is innovation. It is utilizing the communication skills we talked about in level three to cast a vision, a wide vision of something new and innovative in an industry, and then also leveraging financial resources, financial backing to innovate some crazy ideas that didn't exist before. So you have communication with financial backing to essentially cast this vision of a new idea, this new software, this new thing, right? Crazy ideas backed with a large money, man. You really can play, you really can do anything at this level. The two people that I have as an example here are my man Sam Taggart, and then Greg Butterfield of Lumio. The reason I have Greg, man, if you guys don't know, before Greg like founded Lumio, like, this dude's resume is insane, right? Like, I'm a business person through and through, and I love, like, studying other minds and leaders just to see kind of, what makes them tick, what really makes them. And this guy's resume is just full of wins. He's honestly like almost like a LeBron James in the business space. He's bought and sold a bunch of companies, took a handful of companies public, raised, I don't know, man, probably close to $1 billion in funding. So when you see a person like this come into our field and they take their experience and their communication, their ability to cast a new and a unique vision to a wide variety of people, and then raise $110 million to start this company that is going to revolutionize solar cells and then also innovate on the software side and change the way people adopt to solar. Like the dude is like the Walt Disney of solar. Like I got to give credit to where credit is due. The things that they're working on behind the curtain, man, I can't wait to see him to come to light and to see him on the marketplace on NASDAQ and going public, man. The dude he's a wizard, right? Not too much glazing on Greg, but my man he's real. He's legit, right? And then Sam T. I could have put a lot of people on the slide. Well, not a lot of people, a handful of people on the slide, but I chose my man Sam Taggart because he's the innovator as well, right? D2D Con was the first of its kind. Like originally, I know Sam and the D2D experts, their whole mission was to bring honor and integrity to the door-to-door space. And he revolutionized that with the first conference, right? They did D2D Con, then they did the boot camps, they did the digital training, they did the recruiting summit. And I know Sam is back behind all these other different softwares that he's dabbled in as well. He got to the point in his career where he had so much experience and he sharpened his blade on selling and communication at that point where, you know, whether it's his money or money that he can get from investors, he could get to level floor and operate 55,000 feet above the rest of us and innovate and play. What ideas can I come up with? Because I got a cell phone full of guys that I can easily get 50 grand, 100 grand. Let's raise $1 million. Let's raise $10 million to launch this idea. That's what it means to play out at level four, right? Reach a broader audience with innovative solutions, maximizing income potential because you're leveraging financial resources to completely innovate in the industry. Who else does this? My man, Jake and Joe, the SolarCon guys, a couple of the founders of SolarCon, a whole nother conference that's bringing a whole lot of value to our space. And they're doing things that haven't been done before. And they're utilizing their communication and their social media, right? They're communicating into their Facebook audiences that have 20 plus thousands of people about these new and innovative events and resources that they're creating so that they can just innovate, right? Andy Elliott, somebody on the thumbnail, is another person who's done this, kind of in our space, got one foot in our space, if you will, with training. But Andy is someone who, you know, just kind of from watching what he's done on YouTube, has taken his culture, his company culture, and just think about their office spaces, right? He's taken this office space, and I remember when I had this vision after we created our very first Revis headquarters, and I basically built a place from the ground up. Like we really custom built our conference rooms and all these different things. And I remember thinking like, man, on the next one, I wanted to continue to incorporate all the things that we loved and that our guys did. And I wanted them in the office, right? So I wanted a gym. I wanted a full-size basketball court. I wanted a turf field on the property. I wanted all the things that we would normally leave to do, like even eat lunch. I wanted everybody to be able to do it in-house. And so when I watched someone like Andy and their culture, and how he's created this compound and they eat together, they live together, they work together, my man is innovating with his imagination at level four to utilize his communication and his experience to cast a new vision on how things are going to be done. And he's leveraging financial resources to completely innovate something new, right? Crazy, crazy, crazy. Next, let's talk about the type of money at every stage, right? And again, take this with a grain of salt because obviously someone at level one can earn $1 million. You already saw it with Michael Donald. Someone could also be an owner of a company or even a team manager of a company and make no money, right? Or significantly less than $1 million. So these are just averages. Right off the bat, we got level one. Income ranges anywhere from minimum wage to around $80,000 annually. Again, this level is characterized by limited scope because it primarily involves physical labor and time, two things that on every single day they will reach their cap and you will have to stop. Again, guys, at level one, man, I know plenty of people who are well over 100K. Also know a ton of people that after taxes they are under $80,000. And I think majority of sales reps who work for companies across the country are after taxes under $80,000 within solar. Next, let's take a look at level two, $40,000 to $250,000 annually. Again, level two involves leading people, leading or managing a team, whether that is the sales team, it could also be the operation team, the project management team, where income potential increases ranging from 40K to $250,000 a year. Again, the skill set required at level two is shifts from physical labor and closing deal to your management and leadership abilities, your coordination. Instead of worrying about your own time and energy, how can you effectively coordinate the time and energy of other humans to do the same thing and keep their skill set high as they do the things so that you can multiply the results on the back end? Next, level three, anywhere from 100K to $1 million plus. This stage, again, leverages the power of effective communication and messaging to influence and engage wide audiences. Professional in this tier can earn substantially more, from hundreds of thousands of dollars to millions of dollars annually, and sometimes even monthly, for those top guys that are absolutely crushing it. And whether it's in like a content creator space, a keynote speaker space, man, or just guys, it could literally be people leading big teams at big companies, right? You don't have to be an owner. You could be a director in a very large company, a very large solar sales organization, where you might have a couple hundred reps up under you, or even 1,000 reps up under you, to where the communication is to an audience that is so wide that it still pertains to just being a level three creator, right? A level three player at a high level. And then level four, again, the highest level is that imagination, right? That Walt Disney, that Elon Musk. The pinnacle of value creation involves using creativity and financial resources to generate wealth. This level emphasizes the importance of innovative thinking and strategic investment. Innovating thinking and capital, money. Need money to put behind those crazy ideas. And the only way you get the money to put behind those crazy ideas is if you've got the experience and the ability to communicate a vision or sell the right people on the right dream so that you can play 55,000 feet above most other people. Let's take a look at the tasks at each level. Level one, again, guys, is prospecting, closing deals, admin tasks. I don't want you to look at this and think that, oh man, I should stop selling. Like, no, dude, like you still can make $250,000 selling solar and not even work all 12 months. This training is not to get people to not want to sell and have everybody rush to go create a team or start a team or build a call center. That's not what it's for. We're just taking a glance at all levels. Level two, coordination, the leadership. We're leading a team. We're a sales manager, whether it's a sales manager on the setter side, the sales team side, the project management side, so on and so forth. Level three, again, that director owner position, that trainer, consultant, speaker. Your ability or your task at that point, in most cases, is to communicate to wide varieties of people about vision and direction. Level four is that owner, partner, creator status, right? We are then again casting over that wide audience, all about our experience, about our communication, but we are now using our imagination to create something totally new to bring to our industry, and we're going to raise money to do it. All right, so now let's take a look at me and throughout the levels that I've touched so far in my solar sales career. So this is level one, Rich. This is me, and if you guys know my story, I won't take up too much time going into it on this training. But I started off in solar working for a company, one of the largest rooftop solar installers in the country, and I know this is me in the beginning because I got promoted fairly early, and all the deals that I closed after promotions, I always had at least two, sometimes even 3 to 4 reps in a home with me every single time. So I don't have very many photos of just me after closed deals, but this is me after closed deals, level one, right? This is me using my own time and energy to go into the home, to sit with people on average about an hour. I'm sorry, about on average anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours, sometimes 3 to 4 hours. You know how docs can be when you're in the home and you gotta, redo docs, and sometimes things just take time, right? But anyways, level one, Rich. Let's take a look at level two, Rich. All right, so this is level two, Rich. This is me. Actually, this is more so kind of level three, but we'll rock with level two. This is me after starting in Revis, man. This is me leveraging other humans, right? Giving other humans the opportunity and introducing them into solar, introducing them onto the income opportunity, the skill set opportunity, and what it means to really, become that self-sufficient business person, that self-sufficient salesperson, right? So leading others and multiplying my outreach. So I am now not necessarily necessarily going into the home. And if I am, I'm not going by myself. It's a training opportunity, but I'm not knocking doors for myself or by myself. I'm not making calls for myself or by myself. I'm not closing deals for myself or by myself. I am gaining others, and I am teaching them and training them how to prospect, teaching them and training them how to close deals, teaching them and training them how to recruit people for their own teams so that I could multiply 10x, 20x, 30x my task every single day so that I could essentially multiply my revenues on the back end. So this is level two, Rich, leading and growing and scaling our dealership, which is Rebus. Now let's take a look at level three. Man, level three is again is communication, and it's where I feel like I'm at right now. A lot of different things going on this particular slide. So let's start off at the top left. Right, we've got the YouTube screenshot. Right, this is me creating content. This is when I started to actually create intentional content and not just repurpose Rebus training videos. Right, so I wanted to showcase my skill set to other people looking to get into the industry, whether they wanted to come work for Rebus or whether they wanted to eventually purchase some of our products or services, like this training down here. You guys know that I have courses on closing deals, on setting appointments, on starting your dealership, on starting a call center, etc. And the content, the trainings that I do, if someone has a big enough need, right, we have the products and service to offer them. These other three photos in the middle are me training other companies. Like when I started doing content on YouTube, I had no intentions on really selling sales courses or lead gen courses or services or even working with other companies. But I've gone on to train other companies. I've worked with commercial companies who didn't have a residential sales team department at all, right? And they wanted to hire us to completely come in and develop that. We worked with electric companies, dude, who was like, hey, we keep getting calls about, if we sell solar and when we're going to do it. And, I don't know where to start. We need some teams. We've got a bunch of leads, so on and so forth. So, man, 2023 has been great to me, man. And YouTube, honestly, I don't have the biggest amount of subscribers, but you guys know that solar is a very niche space. But it's also one where the need, when it is there, it is heavy and financially, like it is rewarding. It's worth it. You don't have to close a ton of deals in 1 month to make a lot of money in solar. So same thing applies here. So when I have this opportunity to work with other companies, man, it's just great. Definitely financially rewarding for the time. One of the most exciting pictures on here is this. Take a look at this one at the bottom. It is actually a picture of me doing a TV show that I shot over the summer. Yes, you heard that right. A TV show, as random as that sounds. So also, I want to point out, man, I didn't audition for this show. Not only did I not audition for the show, when they called and asked me to do it, I asked them if I could have a couple of days to think about it because A, it was in our busy season, and B, it was just kind of out of my wheelhouse. But this particular show, super cool, man. It's on Amazon Prime. It's called The Blocks. If you have Amazon Prime, like go watch the show. My season is season 11. I don't think it comes out until April of 2024, but nonetheless, there's still a ton of show for you to watch and catch up to, right? But for me, before I did the show, to be honest, I had never watched a single episode. I just know one of the creators. He asked me to do the show. He knew about my background. He knew about my skill set. He knew about how well I've been doing in business. And he thought I'd be perfect fit for a judge on the show. Now, judges on the show, to give you a quick synopsis of what the show is basically like a mix between American Idol and then Shark Tank. So all the judges you see sitting at that table all run successful businesses that earn multiple millions per dollars per year. And over the course of a week, we, met a lot of people. We did a lot. Again, I don't want to spoil the show. Go check it out on Amazon Prime. But again, like the opportunity that level three has brought me in so many different directions, dude, like it just, you can't even prepare for it. It's a lot and it's great. But level three all stems from my ability that I'm still honing on every single day to improve my communication and how effective I can be with my communication, whether that's training a salesperson, closing a deal, speaking on stage, recording a video, all those things that start with something as simple as you guys memorizing a script or going over your presentation, role playing with your peers. Don't take it lightly. You don't know where that can take you 2 years from now, 2 months from now, or 10 years from now. keep sharpening that blade and that skill set, just like I'm doing. And in 5 years from now or 12 months from now, we're going to come back and I'm going to redo this same slide and we'll see the type of stuff that I'm doing now. But I promise you, man, don't take your communication and your sales skills lightly. I know a lot of us kind of bumped into this industry on accident until we quote unquote found a real job or found what we really want to do. But man, but this thing has been great to me. Level 3 has been a blessing, man. And I can't wait to show you guys what level 4 is all about. Let's take a look at level 4 rich. Level 4 rich is to be determined, man, to be continued, right? So hopefully I get to announce and showcase what we're working on for level 4 this year. Spoiler, 100% going to be in software. That's really what level 4 is about. If you take a look at each stage, it's all about multiplying your efforts and getting back your time and just really moving efficiently as an entrepreneur. If you guys like know me in person, like I'm not married to solar. I am in a committed relationship to solar, but I'm a real entrepreneur. I was doing business before solar and I'm gonna be doing business after solar. There's a lot of other guys on YouTube specifically that have been knocking doors since you and I were in high school, and that's good for them and they're doing great things. But this business world is vast, man, and I want to play in so many different sectors. There's so many different things that I want to do. And right now, again, I'm loving solar and the opportunity that it's bringing and the network that it's bringing to me. But there's such a big ocean of business and money and networking and experiences that we get to get to experience, and I want to experience it, right? So level 4 rich, man, look out for it. To be continued. I'm not at the Sam T yet or the Andy Elliott level yet, or who else did I have on there, or the Greg Butterfield level yet, man, but I'm working on it. So the real question, man, is how can you guys level up in 2024, right? Depending on what level you're at now, the one piece of advice that I'll give you is if you've been in level 1 for over a year and you haven't hit the results that you want to hit and you feel like you are capable of more, then you need to change something. You can't do the same things over and over and expect a different result. 2024 is not about trying harder. It's not about working harder. Like I don't like when people be like, "Oh, hustle culture." Like, I get it. We do need to work hard, but sometimes you need to work smarter. Some of you guys, if you're anything like me, if you're aligned with me, if you made it this far in the video, I know that you and I at least think alike. You probably are wired for more, but less. What I mean by that is you would probably make a better owner director than you do a salesperson. You probably have the ability to run a setter team who sets the appointments for you far better than you are sitting there on the phone all day yourself trying to set your own appointments and then close your own deals and still somehow have enough time to spend with your family and to have a great quality of life, and to just really keep it all together, right? Like we've all been there, myself included. And as I step into level 3 to 4 in 2024, the only thing that drives me the most, man, is my son. Like if you guys follow me on social media, you know that I'm big into fatherhood. I'm a family man. I've coached all of my son's like events, basketball, football, multiple seasons for both. I've coached all his teams outside of karate, man. Like I'm not only am I there, like I'm running all the shows, right? And so I can't help but to think like throughout all these years, I'm always thinking about how can I do more, but without it costing me my time. How can I get my time back? How can I move more efficiently? So this video, man, more than anything else is food for thought, right? If you are one of those people, again, who you're thinking about how can I level up, how am I going to make 2024 and solar differently, the answer might not be to try harder. It might not be to knock more doors or to go or to make more calls, but start thinking strategically. How can you move differently, right? I gave you guys some examples of some guys who are going absolutely crazy, from my man Michael Donald, right? Who's still using level 1, but he's using level 1 and level 3 simultaneously, right? Dude is pulling multiple 7 figures and milking the industry, pause, milking solar sales for everything that is worth, and doing a phenomenal job at it. Book sales, keynote speaking, but still in the field, doing podcasts and training, right? All of that stuff. I was just on a podcast last week with a couple of guys, and we were talking about social media. And one of the questions I got is if I felt that everybody should be, starting a brand. And my answer was yes. And my ninja tip is again, I started YouTube, and again, I don't have the most subscribers, but I'll be willing to bet that I've made more money from YouTube over the past year than probably most people in the field of solar selling. Period. I'm just talking about what the opportunities that YouTube specifically has brought me. But I didn't start that way. I didn't get on social media with the intentions of creating courses and doing trainings and speaking on stages. Initially, I just wanted this to be like proof. I knew that if I just constantly put videos and trainings out to whatever I was doing, right? Because I ran a marketing agency before this. I knew that my YouTube channel will be the best resume ever. Like it's going to be a video resume. So when I looked up 10 years and I had done all these things and accomplished all these things, whatever business move that I was assessing, or it could have been someone assessing me, maybe Tesla was looking for a new head of sales, or Samsung or Disney or something crazy, and they wanted to know all about who I was and my track record, right? And the proof in the pudding. I didn't want to pull out a piece of paper. I want to direct them here. I want to go back to that video vault. My YouTube is going to be my absolute best possible resume. Not only is it going to show you what I was doing, you're going to learn about it as I teach it. You're going to get my leadership styles, my teaching styles, my results. It's going to be everything, right? So I started it that way, man, and now I'm becoming to get a little bit more intentional with it, and I can't wait to see what the next 5 to 10 years is going to bring. But again, to circle it back in, how can you level up in 2024, guys? My guess is you don't want to go into 2024 trying harder. You don't want to do more of something that already has proven to not get you the outcome that you want. If you are still at level one and you are looking for ways to at least get up to level two, if you're prospecting, one of the first things that you want to start thinking about is, how can I multiply my prospecting efforts in the same amount of time? I'm not saying get completely off the doors or get completely off the phone, but maybe it's time to bring in another setter or another two setters to kind of help multiply those efforts. So when you do have those days where you're booked, right, of appointments, that the prospecting is still going on without you being there. Or some days you want to tap into the family, take that vacation with the family, 2-day trip, go to that concert, go to that game, whatever, but you don't want to get behind on appointments for the next week. Well, now you can, because you have a setter. Whatever the case may be, I want the entrepreneurs out there, the real entrepreneurs out there who are playing in solar like me, to start thinking about, how can I be innovative in this space with the level I'm at, going into the next level. And that's what 2024 is about, man. Doing things differently. We're working smarter. We're not working harder. That was a trap. That was a trick. You guys woke up to the W2 trap and trick when you got into this field. Now, each level is going to expose other traps and tricks. And 2023 just showed you one. There was all these different, as we call it, solar coaster obstacles that came in with leasing versus financing, right? Interest rates and markets and this, and that. How can we sharpen the blade? How can we be more tactical? How can we have more armor? How can we multiply our prospecting, multiply our closed deals, and then ultimately multiply our revenues and money that we take home? Hopefully, I've given you guys enough food for thought, man. If you watch this video and stay to the end, please leave a comment with your best takeaway and share this with someone else that you know is also looking to level up in 2024. But until next time, I will see you guys then.